بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أوصيكم وإياي أولا باتقوا الله فقد فاز المتقون السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Let us start our day with the morning prayer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بك أصبحنا وبك أمسينا وبك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك النشور بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك وعلى طاعتك اللهم أدخلنا جنتك وأجرنا من النار وأجرنا من النار وأجرنا من النار ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Alhamdulillah, all praise due to Allah Rabbul Alamin for His mercy, for all the blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showered upon all of us. From the day we were born until today and the day to come. Brothers and sisters, what is very important in life is not just you and me, but it's about family. We all are aware life will be very, very meaningless if just about you as a person, I as an individual, but it will become meaningful when there is a family. And when we talk about family, we talk about marriage. Marrying somebody that you feel that can give you happiness, protect you, honor you, be kind, be passionate, be respectful towards you. I don't think any one of us want to make the wrong choice, the wrong partner in life, because that will be the beginning of our problem. And if the parents are not wise, the wali are not wise, they just match their children, especially their daughter, to any guy, you have failed them. You have destroyed their future. But before we carry on, we know today is known to our traditional way. We acknowledge, I don't know how it started, but it is there now, even is in our calendar, that today is a Father Day. A day to remind us about who is our Father. Of course, in Islam, father and mother is an everyday matters, everyday's event. Because without a father, without a mother, we are not here. We came into existence with the will of Allah through a relationship that binds these two individuals, a man and a woman, our father and our mother. Then that's where the family comes in. Brothers and sisters, of course, in Islam, we do not just remember our father one day in a year. We remember them as long as we survive. And we cannot compare at all. We have no right to compare what they have given us and what we have given them back. We have no right at all to compare. There is no comparison at all. But what is important, remember what Allah said to us. Allah Rabbul Alameen, who created all of us, is guiding us, telling us. And He said in Surah Isra, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وقضى ربك ألا تعبدوا إلا إياه وبالوالدين إحسانا. The first thing Allah commands all of us as a believer is to worship Him, to acknowledge who is our Creator, who have given us everything without we asking. A life, a soul, an eye that can see, an ear that can hear, the leg that can move us from one place to another. Everything was given to us without we asking. He, the Creator, who loves us, just give us what is best for us. Immediately after He commands us to acknowledge who is Allah, who is the provider, who is the creator, Allah Rabbul Alamin, He commands us to honor, be kind to our parents. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Of course, the hadith of our Prophet remind us, among parents, who should we respond first? Mother, 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 then father. Because the sacrifice of the mother is very unique. The pain that she had to go through pregnancy, delivery, breastfeeding, and so on. But the Prophet never denied the father. Because normally, when you have a good mother, automatically, you know, you will have a good father. Because that's how Islam guides us. You have no right to raise up your voice against them. And in reality, in the beginning of a relationship between male and female, the male talk more in the beginning, where the female, the sister, will listen more. This is something we have to acknowledge, because the fitra that we have, our nature for the woman, they are more shy than the man. So those who are shy, they don't talk a lot. They're very quiet. But after marrying, after we become husband and wife, then you experience some changes, and it is normal that the woman will talk more now and the man will listen. A good man will listen and will engage because there is the right for both parties to talk and to listen. But again, man, our father, know that he have a big responsibility now, not just to take care of himself, to feed himself, but to take care of his wife, our mother, to provide for her a place to stay, food to eat, and everything. Even if the woman, is self-efficient, because that is the responsibility of a man. To be a man, you want to be honored, you want to be respected, you have to carry out your basic responsibility. It is your duty. You are duty bound to that. So the men have to work harder. They encounter a lot of pressure outside. Today, because of COVID-19, a lot of the men become jobless, another pressure. So it's very important for us to understand. If we put more pressure, we know where this man is heading. Because men normally, when they have any problem outside, they will not talk to their children, and sometimes they don't even talk to their wife. They keep it to themselves. They'll try their very best to overcome and settle his own problem. Whatever problem he encounter outside, normally he will have to deal with it personally. That is part of the characteristic of majority of the men. They do not want to burden their wife, especially the children. That's why a lot of children don't know what their father is doing, what the problem of the father is facing. They don't know. They only want to be happy. They want to make sure they have food to eat. They have what they want. They have a school to go and study. They have dress to cover their body. That's all. But there is nothing wrong, because that is not their responsibility to think of anything, because they are still children. They just try their level best to be happy. They have the right to be happy. And the parents' duty is to make sure that we bring up happy children. Make them happy. Healthy children. Good children. And very, very important for the relationship between husband and wife, that we do not corrupt the mind of the children at all. Children don't understand why father is not at home, because the father have to work day and night sometimes. Only the mom is always there. So the mother, a righteous woman, will not talk anything negative about the husband to the children. She will always remind the children how grateful, thankful we should be to Allah, who give us a father, give us a husband who is active, not passive, who work hard, not lazy. And maybe because of that, their time spent with the family is so limited. But we should be very, very productive, constructive, just be thankful and just talk the goodness of our husband, the father of our children, so that whatever the sacrifice they have gone through is being acknowledged, honored, and the children become children who are thankful, grateful that Allah have given them a parent, father, and mother. And that is why in Islam, when we want to come to nikah, when you want to commit yourself to sign a contract, the contract is for life, that you want to stay together as husband and wife, a happy husband and wife, a good husband and wife. Why? Because marriage is not just you and me, about the man and the woman. Is to make sure that we have family, children. So we have to plan for that. We cannot just think that it's just you and me forever, because that is why Islam wants us to get married, so that we have righteous offspring, not just any children, but righteous children. That will be the coolness of our eye. That will increase the happiness in our life. Before I continue with the wali, let me share and recall back what the Prophet have reminded us. The Prophet ﷺ said in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the meaning of the saying of the Prophet, a woman is married for 4 reasons. 4. Her wealth, her lineage or lineage, her beauty, and her religion. So be successful. Now the Prophet, and be successful with the religious one. When you have the religion value is there. The other thing all will become secondary. You will find peace. You will find happiness. If she is a beautiful lady, wealthy, a good family background, with religion, Allahu Akbar, her wealth will not make her bossy, arrogant. Her lineage will not also corrupt her. Her beauty also will not corrupt her and cause problem in the family. Everything, anything that Allah grant her, because of the religion, because of the value of the religion that she have, will be utilized to please Allah and to please the husband. And that's why the Prophet said, successful with the religious one. Now the same goes. Why? Because the wife should be chosen primarily for her religious virtue. So, as a woman will know the right of her husband and honor the husband and raise her children well in the Islamic way. Make the children remember their father's sacrifice, honor, respect their father, love their father, because you have a righteous wife. But if you don't choose religion, then only Allah knows what is going to happen. A lot of children have bad thoughts and feeling towards the father sometimes is because of the mother. Today, if you say it's a Father Day, let us reflect. Have we been very thankful, grateful to our husband? Are we there always to comfort them, help them when they need our help? Are we there to show them that we are not here to burden them? Whatever they can offer us, be grateful, be thankful, be contented. Or we are still complaining? Or we are still demanding? Even what we need is been given to us, but we still want more and more. That's why there was a saying, why there are more women who stay alive longer, become widow, and the men, most of the husband have passed away earlier than the wife. There's a lot of pressure. Of course, death is Allah's qadar, but sometimes pressure that the men have to handle, because the men don't want to argue sometimes. They will try to do whatever they can to prove to the wife that whatever you want, I will give it to you. I'm able. And now they are having more pressure, and they will end their life very, very soon. But if we are there to always help and assist them, Alhamdulillah, that father, remember, be a husband and a father. You have a very important responsibility to make sure that you save yourself and save your immediate family from hellfire. Not just from poverty, but from hellfire. We can be poor here, but not poor in Akhirah. Whatever we do, if we strive hard, our provision is sure to be there for us, because Allah have secured that for us. We just have to work for it. Do our best. You are sure to have your provision. You don't have to worry. Allah Razzaq yarzuqu man yasha. Allah have said to us, وَمَا يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. Whoever have faith in Allah, taqwa in Allah, I will show them ways to overcome whatever problem they encounter, and I will provide for them. Now, when Allah said He will provide for us, nobody can take it away from us. But when we have taqwa, then whatever Allah provide for us is always enough. We are contented. But when you don't have taqwa, nothing is enough. The greediness is there. We always want more and more and more. And more problem we develop in our life. When you think about the father, remember, they have sacrificed a lot. They have a lot of problems that they never tell you, because they don't feel it's right to share their problem as a father to their children, and even to their wife sometimes, because they don't want to burden their wife. Let them carry out all the problem and solve the problem by themselves. So a righteous woman will always be there to comfort the husband, to make life easier, and to bring up the children with all this good feeling towards the father, that they respect, honor, love their father. Like how the father always want to make the children happy, the children also want to make the father or the parents happy. That's how we move on. Parents always think of us. That's why I remind a lot of the young children today, because of COVID-19, we are not able to be with our parents if we are working far away and we are staying in other cities. But please stay connected with them. Send messages to them. Talk to them. Skype with them. Talk. Just let them know that you think of them. You remember your father. You remember your mother. We have spent a lot of time by ourselves talking to our friends, chit-chatting to the YouTube, Facebook, you just name it. Can you spend 10, 20 minutes talking to your dad and your mom? Just ask them, how are you, dad? We miss you a lot. I'm sorry I'm not able to come home. Inshallah, with the will of Allah, the minute lockdown is been lifted, I will come back. What do you need from me, dad? What do you need from me, mom? Let me know. I'll get something for you. Oh, now today, mashallah, if you have some extra, what you know the mom like and the dad like. Today is a Father Day example. Just order something and you can send. Just call the Grab. Lala Move in Malaysia. Send it to them. There's a lot of surprise the father always bring home for the children. But how many children surprise their dad? Almost 95% don't know what to do. They don't even think about that. May Allah give us this good feeling to be grateful, to be thankful with what our Father have given us, not to complain. Pray for them. They always pray for us. Pray for your mom. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us children who are dutiful to their parents when they are still alive. It's no point to cry after they are no more. You want to cry? Cry now. Tell them how much you miss them, how much you love them. How many of us talk to our father, say, Papa, I miss you a lot. Thank you for bringing me up. Thank you, for educating me. How many of us do that? But when your friend do something good for you, you say thank you, thank you, thank you. When your dad have given you so much, you didn't even say a word of thank you to him. Your mom have sacrificed so much. We don't even say thank you to them. May Allah subhanahu soften our heart. If you want righteous children for yourself, make sure that you are a righteous children to your parent now. And one thing that I like to continue is about what the Prophet also remind the parent, who is the guardian, the wali to their daughters especially. Sometimes you can be a guardian for both sides. Your son may need your help, and you also have to help them. The Prophet remind us who the parent, we. If one comes to you, if any man who come to you, whose religion and character is good, Islamic, trustworthy, truthful, religious, person with good character, then marry your daughter to this man, to him. If you do not do so, this is what the Prophet is telling us, there will be discord in the land and great corruption. It's not about our daughter only, but the future generation. Is what you plant. If you plant the right seed with the right soil and you harvest it in the right manner, you will see, you will bear all the good fruits and result. And the Prophet said to a woman whose husband had died, down to the widows, if you find a righteous man, then marry. Because it helps us a lot. Not only us, it may help our children. But make sure that this man is a righteous man with the right character, not just religious man with bad character. A religious man should not have bad character. If he claims he's a religious man, because religion disciplines us, teach us to be good, to be kind, to be respectful, to be loving and caring. Remember, a lot of advice have been given by Islam through our Prophet, through the companions also, who have gone through many experiences in their life. To the extent, most of the scholars remind us, number one, if you want to marry anybody, it's good to marry someone who is closer to the area so that you can know them better, you know their family better, you can get to know them through their neighbors and so on. And if you have any problem, you can even solve your problem easier and faster. And they always said, whoever marries his daughter to an oppressor or a wrongdoer, or who practice innovation in the religion, or drink alcohol, gambler, or you know that he is a drug addict and so on, commit a crime against his religion. You have committed a crime. You have gone against the teaching of our religion. If you're a Muslim father or brother and you allow this to happen to your sister, to your daughter, you are exposing her to destruction. And you are exposing yourself to the anger of Allah. Because our children is a gift, is a trust from Allah to us, amana. And we have to protect the amana. A man came to Hassan bin Ali, the grandson of the Prophet ﷺ, and said, I have a daughter. So to whom do you consider I should give her in marriage? He replied, marry her to one who fears Allah. Marry her to one who fears Allah, who has taqwa to Allah. Look at the value that all the companions, the family of the prophets, the righteous scholars is sharing this wise reminder. If you have a daughter, you do not know which is the best man, then you ask scholars. Let the scholar help you. And the scholar will always say, marry her to one who fear Allah first. Why? Why? When a person fear Allah, if he love her, he will honor her. If that person love our daughter, he's sure to honor her with great honor. Protect her. Make her happy. But there are times, if he dislike her, sometime after getting married, then the true character of the person appear. We thought that she is a very simple lady. Suddenly, we realize she is a so extravagant lady. Very arrogant, boastful, and so on. Of course, when you are in the marriage, you have to try your best to move on. But because of the man who have taqwa, if there are certain things that he dislike about the wife, our daughter, he will not be unjust to her. He will not humiliate her. He will try his best to guide her, to teach her to be a righteous wife. And that's why a man of taqwa is not just a man who bring food, give dunya to the wife, to the children, but he always makes sure when he pray, he want them to pray together. He will remind them to pray. He will call them and invite them to pray. The children, the same go to the children. When he fasts, he makes sure everyone fasts. When he do righteous deed, he makes sure that everybody participate in doing a righteous deed. And he will know that it is his basic response to make sure that they pray, and the wife and the daughter, when they reach the age of maturity, they cover their aura. They will dress them with the Islamic code of dress. Not just let them dress any kind of dress and create fitna to the father, to the family, and to themselves. It's our duty. Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Save yourself and your family, who you say you love them so much, from hellfire, from the anger of Allah. Nobody is perfect, brother and sister. We know nobody is perfect. But at least, if you choose the right person, then you will see they will not humiliate, punish, torture, belittle our daughter. There's something they dislike, but they will use their patience, to handle that issue and to educate our daughter, the wife. She will be taken care of. She will not be bullied. She will not, the husband will not be unjust to her. That is why we have to make the right choice. And we must be there to always tell our daughter and also our son-in-law, when there's any problem, we are still around, please come back to us. If there are things you can't handle, let us know. We will bring back our daughter, we will discipline them, we will help you. The same go to the father, the family of the man, if you know that your son is not a good one, irresponsible, you have the right to interfere. You have the right to protect your daughter-in-law. It's like your daughter now. Because their children is your grandchildren. You have the right to come and protect her from the irresponsible son. Collectively, if we do this, then our son, may Allah guide him, realize, oh, now I know I'm wrong. It's not just my wife complaining. My parent also is telling me it cannot be wrong because my parent always love me. They are my parent. They will always be my side, be on my side. Now they also is telling me, say, I am wrong, then I should accept that I'm wrong. But if just the in-law telling the son-in-law, then it's, oh, this in-law too much. This in-law only think of their daughter, not about their son-in-law. But when the immediate parent of the son tell the son that it's wrong for you to do this to your wife, to your children. If you can't handle, we are coming in. Because this is also our family. That is Islam. That's how we protect one another. That's how we help one another. That's how we say we love the family. We love our children. We love our in-laws. We love our grandchildren. Then we become a loving father, a loving grandfather, a loving grandmother, a loving mother. And may Allah bless our children to become loving children, disciplined children, righteous children, and grand. Amen. This is very important. The day have no value if we don't follow up with righteous deeds. The Prophet always reminds us that every day you must think of how to do some good deeds to collect more reward when the opportunity is there. By reminding one another with the reminder of Allah and the teaching of a Prophet ﷺ is an act of charity. By giving a smile, amal ma'ruf, nahi munkar, remind people about what is good and also forbid them what is evil, is a charity. By feeding the poor, helping the needy, is an act of charity, is all righteous deeds. Offering salam, yeah, or just giving a call to make a short prayer to one another. All this is righteous deeds. We want to have a righteous family, brothers and sisters. And anything that you want for the future, you have to make it correct from the beginning. You want to have good children, good grandchildren, so that it will be the coolness of your eye. Then you have to start as soon as possible to make the changes. Allah will not change the condition that we are in until we want to make changes. Before I continue, Muqaddimah is a bit long. Something made me remember that I think I should address all of us. Even until today, we have people who don't care about the SOP facing COVID-19. And we may have some people who don't believe in COVID-19 at all. It's just a flu, no big deal. Now, I would humbly want to call upon those who don't believe in this. This is no issue, no big deal. You don't have to wear masks. You don't have to have this social distancing. You don't have to go for vaccine. Anything that you disagree, and you are so sure, please help the frontliner. The frontliner need a lot of help from us. Since you know that this is not a big deal, then please offer your services. Go. Go to the frontliner. Offer your service. Please, I'm ready to give any helping hand. Of course, they want you to wear some mask because for your safety. I think it's okay. I'm okay. Go. Offer your services to those who are in the hospital. Offer your services for those who have passed away at the burial ground. Go. There's nothing for you to fear because you know, you believe that it's not true. It's just like normal virus. You know, there's so many people are suffering. The frontliner, is so exhausted. They have not been home with their family because of their responsibility to take care of those who are affected. And we have people who still don't believe. Then I think you are ready to offer your humble services to help those who are affected, because you don't have to worry because you know this is just normal. It's like a normal flu, a normal then. You are the person to be in the front line. We don't like people to keep on talking, coming with hearsay, they say, I say, they say. Allah has said to us, "Fas'alu ahli zikri in kuntum la ta'lamun." Think that you are not specialized in. Be humble and ask those who are specialists in that area. Even among people who have this knowledge, differ from one another. Okay, those who don't believe, they strongly believe no problem, it's normal, then please offer your service to the frontliner. That is my humble demand and reminder. Don't make things difficult for anybody. And don't create more confusion. Let us come back to the book. I'm sorry to take so long to talk about what I feel is important before we continue with our lesson today. Today we are going to talk on page 85 under the subtitle Hijab and Kabul. It's very important in Islam, this area about hijab and kabul, offering and acceptance. Because in Islamic nikah, you must have hijab and kabul. There must be an offer and there will be an acceptance. Offer from the guardian, on behalf of their daughter and the lady who's under their custody, to a man who is a foreigner, a non-mahram, because our daughter only can get married with non-mahram. A non-mahram is an outsider or a stranger in the family. Mahram is the close relative that you are not allowed to get married. So now you want to offer your daughter to a stranger. Of course, you have known the stranger, you have checked his background, you know that he is a righteous person, man of taqwa, the man of deen, not the man of dunya, not the man of gold and silver, not the man of diploma and degree, but the man of taqwa, who fear Allah. Ijab and Kabul are the main and actual pillars of the contract. Nothing can be legal without going through this. They signify the mutual agreement and acceptance between the two parties to join in this marriage bond, to unite these two, to make it legal. It's like a contract sign. Yeah, it's like an MOU. Yeah. Ijab and Kabul must be stated in clear and defined words. All these things must be discussed earlier between the two parties. When it comes to the day of nikah, the ijab and Kabul, then there is no complication anymore, because it had been agreed. If not, don't organize the nikah and ijab Kabul. It will be a disgrace for everybody. Clear, and the words is being defined in one and the same sitting. You cannot just, I will say this now, this next one I'll say it later. No. Everything must be agreed in one sitting and in the presence of two male Muslim witnesses. The person conducting the ceremony may help the two parties say the following or something to the same effect. If you have appointed a qadi, the religious authority in the Muslim country, who have given the authority by the higher authority, the government, to conduct a nikah, he have to guide both parties. First, he will ask the wali. The wali means those who is the guardian to the lady, to the girl. Either he as the guardian want to conduct the nikah, or he passed this responsibility to the wakil. Meaning, he said, I am the guardian of my daughter, but now I pass this responsibility to you, and now the qadi, the man who was given the authority to conduct the marriage, now is taking over his responsibility, and he will carry out the nikah, the ijab kabul. Because sometimes father have no experience, they don't have the knowledge, they don't know what to do, and so they just pass over this responsibility to the authority. So the authority scholar is there. Before he want to say anything, he makes sure everything is clear, especially the dowry. Yeah. Especially the man have looked at this woman Because the Prophet said so. When you want to get married to any person, go and see her. And the woman also have the right to look at the man. Why? Because it will give you some good feeling. It helps you, yeah, to feel good when you look at the person and you find it's okay. And the person look at you and he's happy. Alhamdulillah. In our country, in Malaysia, you have extra condition that all the young couple, before they want to get into the nikah ceremony, they must go to the government clinic, not just any clinic, from the authority, to have an HIV test. Why? Because there are cases. They thought that everything is okay. Suddenly they realized that one party is affected with HIV carrier. And this condition can be added from time to time if it's needed. If there's a lot of drug problem in a country, then you can also put another condition. I do not want my daughter to get married with a drug addict. Then my daughter is going to suffer, and the next generation also will suffer. Children will be abandoned, and our daughter can also be a victim of a drug addict. The husband may force her, teach her how to take drugs, and now you are destroying your own daughters. You have the right to go and have a test to see whether this guy, this man is positive or negative. You can do that to make sure that you have done your duty to protect your daughter and the future generation. So the wali will start now, because the guardian has passed the responsibility to the authority to act on his behalf. And then he is going to say something. Example, the wali is going to say to the guy now, the husband to be, I offer you the woman under my custody. So you name the name of the lady, the wife to be. You have to name it, make it clear. Because sometimes you may pass another woman, the sister. He don't have any feeling to the sea. He love another lady. So you must mention the name. I offer you the woman under my custody. Just an example. The name of so and so, according to the law of Allah and the teaching of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for the mahar, the dowry, and condition to which we have agreed. This kind of discussion must be discussed earlier. Both sides are agreeable. And then the bridegroom will say, I accept marrying the woman under your custody, name so and so, according to the Islamic law and following the sunnah of the Prophet, and for the mahar, the dowry that we have agreed, you must mention. Or if there's any plus condition there, you mention that too. With the dowry, if you agree with the dowry of 5,000, example. So now, the wali, the guardian, is saying, I marry you to so and so of course, following the Islamic ruling in the Sunnah of the Prophet, with the dowry of 5,000, and you, the bridegroom, respond, I accept. But with the dowry, you don't say, but I accept the marriage of so. With the mahar, 4,900. The qadi, the guardian, start with 5,000, and you respond 4,900. That ijab kabul is invalid. It's not legal. So the ijab kabul fail. You cannot do that. Anything that you agreed in the ijab and kabul must coincide in content. Any discrepancy between them would invalid the contract. Yeah. Any changes, when the one who conducts mention the amount and you respond differently, khalas, the nikah is not valid. Example, the wali said, I give you so and so in marriage, my daughter, or this woman, for a mahar of $1,000. And the bridegroom respond by saying, I accept marrying so and so for the dowry of 800 or 990, just 10 to 1,000. The contract become immediately invalid. Fail. That means he's trying to be funny. You cannot immediately say, okay, what do you think now? We said 1,000 and he said 900. No, you cannot make changes at that point of time. If you agreed earlier, then the wali will mention the mahar. Yeah, very clear, precise. If you agreed 900 or 90 ringgit, Malaysian ringgit, then it's okay. But now the guardian or the wali have mentioned is something that you all have agreed. That the mahar, the dowry is 1,000. So that's why he mentioned the dowry and the amount $1,000. And you respond 900. Immediately the nikah is invalid. We know, brother and sister, in the time of our prophet, the first, second, third generation, you don't see the need of any contract signed in the document to be registered, because the community is responsible. The family member is responsible. Everybody play their role. There is the beginning of the Islamic education. Make everybody feel responsible towards one another, collectively. Now, documenting the marriage contract is not a requirement for the contract's validity. However, it is important to document it for future reference and to preserve the right of the husband and wife and the children. This is just an example. It's important to have the right understanding, brother and sister. You live in an environment of too far away, from the cities, in the jungle, you want to get married. As long as your community are aware, people around you all is there to witness it, then you can conduct the nikah. Follow the Islamic guidance, you can do it. For the document in the future, when you come out to the city, then you can inform the authority, show them what you have done. The witnesses is there. And all the wali and the mahar, everything, you follow what Allah and the Prophet want you to do. Then the authority who believe in you, because you are presented by people that they trust, your parent, the leader of the community, or the imam, and then they will endorse it. But it never means that without any endorsement, even the nikah, everything is Islamic, you are not legal. You are legal in the eye of Allah. This is just to make sure that we know the minimum responsibility to be a wali, to conduct a nikah, and also to make sure that these two individuals now is legally husband and wife. And from that day, the responsibility of the husband and wife begin. And we as parents also have responsibility to back them up, help them, guide them, because they are young, without any experience. They may have a lot of new problems they encounter before they are so free to do what they want to do by themselves. Now, they are husband and wife. They are no more bachelor. They are no private enterprise, but it is a company. So they must make adjustment. The husband must know your friend is not your what? Your friend is not your wife. Your wife is the closest to you. You must have time with her. You don't keep on busy talking to friends, have no time to talk to your wife. Because that is the best person for your wife to talk to you. Because you are the closest to her. She belongs to you. And she wants to share with you a lot of things. And you have to know her better. Talk to her. Guide her. And now when you want to travel, you don't think of yourself. When you eat, you don't think of yourself. You have her as your wife. The immediate person that you are responsible to provide for her. With what Allah have provided for us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the right understanding to make the right choice, especially to pass our daughter that we love so much, that we care and protect her and guide her so long, 15, 20, 30 years, and now we want to give her freedom to a stranger who is going to take over our responsibility towards our daughter. Please, brothers and sisters, be responsible father and mother. Value the religious people with taqwa, not just religious by name, by tradition, with taqwa. You know that he pray, he fast, he know how to read the Quran, he have good akhlaq. When he talk to you, he know how to use the right word, use the right tone. He's not rude, he's not dirty, he's not a drug addict. Please look into this, because we do not want our children to suffer. We do not want that our grandchildren been abandoned abandoned. We may not be there anymore for them. We may have gone back to Allah. At least you have done your level best when you're still alive. Be a responsible father and mother. Look for the right person to offer our daughter. Allah, please do that. And be a good father to your children. Remind your son to be responsible. Teach him. If he is a bad guy, then you must come into the picture and protect your daughter-in-law and the future grandchildren. May Allah bless all of us. May Allah make the wife a grateful, thankful, obedient, righteous wife. A mother who is very righteous, to teach the children to respect, honor, acknowledge the sacrifice of the father, not only on Father's Day, but every day. The same goes to the father. You must remind your children to acknowledge the sacrifice, the pain, the suffering that the mother have given to them. Don't allow any of your children to complain about the father or the mother. They don't understand. We cannot corrupt their mind. We have to guide and coach them. One day they are going to be a father and mother. Then they will understand. But let us guide them properly from the beginning, so that the future generation will not suffer. They always become better and better. That is what we want from a family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. Ku anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. By we protecting ourselves, do what Allah wants us to do. The minimum, when we pray, make sure that all the family members pray. When we cover our aura, make sure our wife, our daughter cover their aura in front of non-mahram. Always do that. And make sure they don't get involved in any haram food and haram drink. That's what we have been working so hard. And we buy halal food for them, halal drink for them. We must make sure they themselves also know they should not involve in haram food and drink, gambling, drug, and so on. May Allah bless us, brothers and sisters. Now we open for the Q&A. Fatafaddal. If there's any question. Any question from the... Welcome, brother. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, brother Ahmad. Number one, all this kind of ritual first is recommended for those who are still alive. Those who have passed away, they have done their duty towards Allah. The sacrifice korban. First, we who have the means to do korban, we do the korban for ourselves. If everybody have the means, everybody do for themselves. And then if you have extra, you want to do something for the family who have passed away, you can do also. But you must do it for yourself first. But one important issue that have been popping up later on, Everybody want to do for so many people with one ship. He want everybody to get involved. Please, brother and sister. For the Prophet, he have a different kind of responsibility. One, he sacrificed for his family, immediate family, who are still alive. And one, he sacrificed his ummah. For the Prophet, he can do that, not for you and me. As an individual, if we have our immediate family and there are children who are naive children, of course, then we can do for the whole family, no problem. But if you have also children who are independent, working, you call them to sacrifice too. We want everybody to participate, not just one body and on behalf of everybody. It's a responsibility. If you look at the saying of the Prophet, he said that any of you who are able to do, there is the meaning. And if you do not want to offer the sacrifice, don't participate in the Eidul Adha prayer. You can't go to for Hajj, but you have the means to offer a sacrifice. Then offer a sacrifice. Of course, the sacrifice must be done after the Eid prayer. If you do any sacrifice, Qurban, before, then it's not considered as Qurban. You have to make another Qurban. So highly recommended by the Sunnah of the Prophet. For those who you have young children, of course, one sheep for the household, but not to the extent to so many people. Those who are independent, have work, have the means, they do their own sacrifice. That is my humble response. Jazakallahu khair. I hope it helped you. Walaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Repeat the question. How can we be istiqamah in practicing Islam? When in this lockdown situation, we are not with the good brothers, we are at home by ourselves and not with the jama'ah. For those who have the means to stay close with the jama'ah, with the good brothers, do. It's not that you cannot be around the good people. Only if you are too far away, then of course you cannot just travel outside from your area within the zone that is been limited by the authority. But you can still stay istiqamah by being connected to all the good brothers and the jama'ah. Online, like the classes that we have been going on, you are still following the class. There is one of the ways. If you still have other issue, you can communicate with email, Skype, or through any communication. That is how you stay istiqamah. Learning today, the best of course on site, at least when you are talking, asking question and the teacher is explaining to you, they can understand you better through your body language, whether you have the right understanding or not. But when online, we cannot have that kind of exposure. We cannot read the body language because I can see you, you can see me. Example, just an example. But still, you can't be on site. It's the comma in the online classes or in contact with the right brother, with the right jama'ah. and they will keep on, guiding us, sharing with us all the good things that they remember and they are exposed to. Just stay on. It's like, how can you be istiqamah in eating? Now you cannot eat outside, but still you find way to call Grab, and so the Grab will send food to you. You pay them and pay some payment for the one who is helping you to get the food. Anything you are doing, actually, it never stop you to keep on doing. It's just from a different approach now. So you can still stay istiqamah. The prayer is istiqamah. When you're at home, when you pray azan, don't forget to azan as a meal, and remind others, family members, to pray together. If they do not want, at least you do what you have to do. And you can ask the scholars how to do what I have to do when I'm at home with my family. My family don't seem to incline to this religious time. So you have to set good example. Try to reach out to the younger sibling. Maybe you start from there. And we hope that the elders will make some changes and try to strengthen the family ties by praying together, doing all the righteous thing together, eating together, recite the Quran together, make the morning prayer, morning zikr, and evening zikr together. We do it together. Many things that we can do, and be istiqamah. Every morning you do the same thing. And this is my humble advice. Jazakallahu khair. Next. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Muhammad. Nam. All of us was given by Allah 3 levels of nafs. Nafsul ammara bisu, nafsul lawwama, wa nafsul mutmainna. The destructive desire, the middle one, and the peaceful desire, who is pleasing Allah. That means you control your desire to please Allah. Anything that displeasing Allah is something we have to work very hard. It's an ongoing battle. Nobody can escape from this trial. You have to try your level best to control, to minimize any destructive desire. Stay away. There is destructive desire that only to you or to a particular person, but not to the majority. It's just an example. This feeling of I don't believe that COVID-19 exists is your personal feeling. Example. You don't go and confuse others. Because if something happened to other people, are you responsible to them? If one, they are affected, are you there to help them? Or are you there as a doctor to advise them, you don't worry, you don't have to take this, don't have to do that. I have an alternative for you. Are you there for them? Are you there to cure them? If you are not there, you just like to talk, please. That kind of desire is very, very dangerous. But whatever feeling that come to you, you just have to make istighfar a lot, read the Quran, and try to overcome the negative and change it to positive. Of course, it's an ongoing battle with everybody. We know our own weaknesses, so we have to work within ourselves. And that's why even in Islam, they said, if you are a bachelor and the desire towards a woman is getting stronger, and you have the means to get married, then go, be hasten, proceed with your marriage. And today is a very easy time by right. They should encourage those who want to get married, and you don't have to spend a lot because of the lockdown. There's no gathering for that. Just nikah online if they can organize it. And maybe just few of the people just go to the Qadi office or to the masjid or any. Find the best way. When Allah make it easy, why we make it difficult? Yeah. So Alhamdulillah, don't delay. The nikah can go on. Maybe the walima, you do it later on. If that I have the right understanding about the desire that we have been tested. Yeah. This is my humble response. Jazakallah khair. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah barakatuh. Marrying a Muslim sister to a non-Muslim man. Is that the question? Okay. A Muslim woman will marry to the non-Muslim man. Is that the question? I don't understand the question. Is that the question just now? Marrying a Muslim woman to a non-Muslim man instead of a Muslim man. No, what I'm saying just now, if I repeat the question, what is our opinion when a Muslim woman, yeah, we married her to a non-Muslim man? Is that how the question is? You know, only a Muslim woman can, a woman can marry a man. Is haram. If that is the question. If I understood the question correctly, what do Islam say about a Muslim woman married to a non-Muslim man? Haram. Now, welcome, brother Muhammad. We all will get the reward. This is also the reward for our late parent who have brought up the children with righteous, yeah, guidance, Islamically, because this is whatever the children does is the result of what the parent have done for the children. This is called ilmu yuntafa'u bihi. The Prophet said, when a person dies, three things benefit them. Sadaqat jariyah, the ongoing good deeds from what they have sacrificed as land, home, to do something good. And the good thing is going on, so they'll get the reward. And also knowledge that they pass down to their children or to their friend and they are practicing. We must be showing our children that when Qurban time, we make Qurban. So now the children remember and they are doing this, they're carrying on this ritual. And you will get the reward and the children also get their reward. Both parties will be rewarded. Alhamdulillah. That's why it's important for us to educate our children. Whatever that is good, all the knowledge that we have, understanding the Quran Sunnah, please share with your children, your close relative, your family, because when you do that, and we are no more here, but they are still acting, practicing all the good thing, and we will get on going reward. We will get our share, they get their share. Naam, that's how Allah reward all of us equally. Naam. Okay. Welcome, Sister Nadia. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. No. Amin. Amin for your prayer. But no, akikah is akikah, korban is korban. It's two different ritual. It's very confusing for people who give you that idea you can combine two in one. No. Akikah, the limit, the best time, the 7th day of the birth of the child. If you can't, then you go to the 2nd week, but you are not supposed to delay unnecessary. That is for the newborn as an individual. One sheep for a baby girl, two sheep for a baby boy. If you want to do a cow, one cow for a baby girl. They go by number, they don't go by size. But in Qurban, one cow, 7 shares. One sheep for per share. For Qurban, that is the rule. For Akikah, have nothing to do how big the animal is go by number. One sheep minimum or one cow for a girl, baby girl. If a boy, 2 goats or 2 cows. They cannot say, one cow plus join with other kind of Qurban, 5 share. No. It's completely a different ruling. Please don't get confused. That is how the understanding of the Quran Sunnah is important. A lot of people is doing a lot of wrong thing and get the wrong advice. Lastly, before we end, we feel very, very concerned about people who are campaigning to build mosques in Palestine, Syria. Please, brother and sister, a country that is at war, don't think of all this. I'm worried that people are misguided because people know when somebody say, building mosque project, people are so responsive. They like to do all this good thing, especially Malaysian. We like to get involved in all this good. Like to participate in all this good project, building mosque. But you must know, in a war zone country, you are not supposed to do all these things. It's a waste of money and you are misguided. I'm sorry to alert all of you because I'm worried what is happening. Yeah, people is coming up with this kind of idea. You know that is wrong for you to do this. Or maybe people just want to get money out from us. They use the name Mosque Project. Now, Zvilla, please be wise. Mosque only can be built in an area you feel secure. And your right is being honored in a peaceful environment. If not, you create more problem, more fitna. There are a lot of cheating, there are a lot of lying. May Allah protect us. May Allah make us a wise, practicing Muslim. Please remember what I've shared with you. And tonight, with the will of Allah, we have a talk. Yeah, you can go into our broadcast and check the time, 9:30 if I'm not wrong. on da'wah, but it's in Malay. So anybody who can understand Malay, you're welcome to follow us online by 9:30 p.m. Yeah, just get further information from our broadcast news. Until we meet again, may Allah bless you. Yeah, one last question. Again, okay, any of the Qurban, can we, the meat, after we collect the meat from the Qurban, can we give it to a not yet Muslim friend, our neighbor? No problem. No problem at all. The akikah meat, yeah, to anybody, your neighbor also have right upon you. Anything good for us, we can share with other. Amma ni'mati rabbika fahaddis. The good thing is not only for Muslim, it's for everybody. That's how Islam spread, by showing good character, treating everybody kindly, yeah, and care for one another. So what is halal for us, halal for them. Example, you have some zam water. Can you offer some zam water water to your friend who are not yet Muslim? No problem. Tell them, do some da'wah while you are giving it to them, so they understand what is zam. Sometimes miracle happen just through zam. They got hidayah. The tamar, Medina dates, is from the Holy Land. Can you, yeah, give them as a gift? Why not? Anything good you can share with anybody. The more you share, the more better your relationship with them. And not only that, not just talk about meat, share with them the knowledge about Qurban. Share with them, tell them the history of Qurban. That is how we start our dawah. So may Allah bless us, may Allah guide us until we see you again. Wabillahi tawfiq ila akhir da'wana walhamdulillah alamin. And don't forget to keep on praying for those who have been affected by COVID-19. We have a brother Muhammad bin Daud. We have some other families, those names that we may not remember, but just give a general prayer for everyone. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.